Check it out. I was chasing the clock trying to get all my stuff ready for winter and I totally lost. So I went the easy route and I bought myself a new winter beater. This is a 2004 Suzuki XL7. It's gonna be my daily driver, winter beater, dirt road smasher, and budget overland build. So in a world where there are so many crossover vehicles nowadays, I wanted something that was a little bit more robust. This is an actual body on frame, like real chassis, real suspension, solid rear axle vehicle. It's got a little tiny 2.7 liter V6. It's got an automatic transmission. This one should have a cast iron front differential. So even though this thing is tiny and it's like smaller than everything else at the stoplight, it's actually pretty bulletproof underneath. This is one of the coolest things. I usually buy the absolute cheapest vehicle I can find and I end up paying for it in the long run because the thing is usually just beat up and worn out. I had that Dodge Dakota last year and it was like, it looked good in pictures, but it was a pile. Everything was worn out, the seats were broken down, the door panels were loose. Look at this thing, this is amazing. This thing has like brand new upholstery, like it's so clean. This thing came from Arizona. It was towed behind a motorhome, so it's not rusty underneath. It has window tint all the way around, and it's actually in decent shape. Usually when I get a car with window tint, it's like purple and has bubbles and stuff everywhere. I don't know, it's really cool. It's got an automatic, like you just put it in drive and it goes. Has anti-lock brakes. This is like all new territory for me. It's not a pile. Check this out. Look at this abnormally large door. Seating for 5 actually. This is kind of a cool little treat. This seat in the back is actually on sliders, so you can like maneuver that thing around. It's got all kinds of room in the back. One of the cool things about these rigs is this is like a true Japanese rig. Like this is made in whatever Suzuki heavy duty factory in Japan. And it's just built like a little tank. It's really neat. It's got a cool swing out rear door. I got parts piling up to put on it. The last guy put a trailer hitch on it, which I don't know if I'll use that or not, but it's cool. It's on there. I don't know, it's really neat. It's got a spare tire on the outside. It's not underneath, having to climb under there for it. It's even got like racks on the top, so that part up there is sort of a good reason to call it a budget overlander. If I want to put some sort of rack or a rooftop tent, it's already got this stuff to start with, so it'd be pretty easy. So the bullet points that I really wanted to hit on my winter beater / budget overland rig was, has to have seating for 4, has to be comfortable to get in and out of for 4 because my kids are like taller than me now, so we need to fit like 4 full-size people in this thing. I wanted enough room in the back so that when it is cold and we all have a bunch of gear, like we have room to toss all the jackets and snow pants and all that stuff behind the back seats. The other thing I wanted was to make sure that there's enough room behind the back seat to put a fridge freezer. Some of those things are bigger than a cooler, and it's like if you have a Jeep and you've ever had like a regular size Wrangler, there isn't even room for a cooler behind the back seat. So this thing being the XL7 is sort of goofy long looking, but all those things like checked the boxes that I was looking for. Seating for 4 plus extra storage for goodies in the back. The way I'm going to build this thing out is going to be pretty simple. I told the wife that I wasn't going to like make a big project out of it, so it's going to be pretty simple. It's going to get like a basic like 1.5 to 2 inch lift on it. It'll get mud tires. I'm going to probably put some sort of fog lights on it and a hidden winch, and it definitely is going to get a power port in the back so that I can put that fridge freezer in there. So I think really it's going to be pretty simple. A few bolt-on parts, a little bit of wiring work, and catch up on a bunch of maintenance, because it does have 168,000 miles, so there's plenty of things to keep me busy with on it. So that's it. That's the build plan for now on my brand new, to me, 2004 Suzuki XL7. This is kind of a fun little rig. It's one of those ones that I've had my eye on for a long time. I don't plan on getting wild with this, but I have a tendency to overdo everything. So keep following along. This thing should be a fun little build. We'll start small and see where it goes. Hopefully by next spring, this thing's like an old pair of shoes and I love it, and it's just like the greatest little truck ever.